All right. So I was having a conversation with a UAE based businessman. I've known him for a couple of years. And, out of curiosity, I just asked him, how are things back home? Is it becoming more expensive? Is it becoming easier? More opportunities? So he just gave me his perspective as to what's happening. Overall, business is improving. Okay, at least for him. He's saying business is improving. He's investing in a lot more things. It's looking good for business people. In terms of jobs, he told me that there is a influx of an excess, a number of people to choose from, so they can negotiate a better salary. It's not that everyone who's coming is bad or cheap labor. Even from India, he also mentioned that there are good candidates. If you really, skim through and find out, you would find good candidates. Initially, they do come with the very big expectation that they are going to get 10, 20 times the salary. But then, once they kind of experience failure and they realize, okay, I'm not getting this, what I thought, they're kind of flexible. So overall, he gave me kind of a good positive picture. So, it's good news for everyone. But there is also the not so good news. First one, which he did say, was expenses are going up. It's like every year, it's like it goes up another notch. And for a businessman like him, he maintains data, like an Excel sheet. And he said every year it's getting even more expensive. So it's like you're running this, hamster wheel. It's like you're earning more, but you're spending more, earning more, spending more. And it definitely is a challenge to, save money. But now he gave me a kind of a red flag or kind of a big problem he's facing. And this is, when you're expanding, when you start getting more employees, you have to get their visas approved. So nowadays, at least this is what he's facing, is when he does go for another new visa approval, he likes to follow the law, likes to be in the right side of the law. They always told him, don't just employ Indians, employ other nationalities. So, he always looks for different nationalities. But now they are also pressurizing him to employ Emiratis. Now, he doesn't have a problem employing Emiratis. He did employ Emiratis, but to retain, first is to find the right Emirati. That is the first big challenge. The second one is to retain them because they don't stay for long. Now, over here, he plays with the loopholes of the system whereby he doesn't give them any targets. He doesn't put pressure on them. He lets them, you can check in, and you want to go home, you can go home. So he considers this as, okay, this is a forced expense. They take their salary and they go home. So he's pretty happy about it. So, so he just told me that it's better they go home. They can relax. So I don't have to worry about it. Obviously, only when there is checking or something, he gets them there. And he has been successful in getting these candidates. But the only hurdle that he faces, they don't stick around for too long, and eventually they go. Okay. He has always told me there's nothing like, they sometimes ask for a little bit of money here and there, but he prefers them being at home. Okay. But now it seems that even this loophole of his is, they keep having surprise visits. So he gives them a designation whereby, you need not stay in the office. However, now the pressure has increased to employ even more. And he gave me a couple of, articles here and there. Old articles, new ones, the ones which were valid. He was very kind and he said, just go through them. These are the ones which are applicable because, when you go for a visa approval, they give you a couple of rules and regulations, kind of a checklist. So what he said is, I'm looking at the notes because I spoke to him. He said that they definitely want you to employ more Emirati citizens, okay, part of the Emiratisation process. Now it seems they have a deadline. Every year they kind of give you a deadline every 2-3 months. So the new deadline is June 30th this time. Starting from July 1st, The Ministry of Human Resource and Emiratisation, MOHRE, they will have more checkings, okay, check-ins, to not only check whether they are meeting the target, but also to check what the Emiratis are doing in the company. So it becomes a little hard to allow them to go home. Um, the standard rules, large companies, 50 plus employees, they must have at least 1% Emirati staff. And this time they are even targeting for, they should be skilled. You can't just get a dumbass sitting there warming the seat. Their goal is 7%. Okay, so you start with 1%, you go up to 7%, and they are targeting up to 10%. Okay, so if let's say they want, if you have 50 employees, you should have at least 5 Emiratis, which is kind of a challenge. So what these guys are doing is they play with the loopholes. They have a company, they only go to 49 or 48 employees. They don't go to 50. Then they create another branch, or not branch, another brand. That's how they play around. But over here also, they've started to make life difficult. If you have 20 to 49 employees, you have to have at least 2 Emiratis. And there are approximately, it seems, 12,000 companies in 14 specific economic sectors where they have to hire 1 Emirati. They are making it mandatory. To qualify, it seems you must pay a salary of 4,000, which he doesn't seem to have a problem. They must have a secondary qualification, so you can't get just a dumb, dumb who doesn't have any education. And he must be registered with the Social Security Fund. But here's the problem. A lot of Emiratis, even if they don't go to school, they're still smart. They're pretty intelligent. They speak English fluently. I've had a couple of clients, surprisingly. They still came up to me. And they're very articulate in their language. And many of them, they don't like the corporate world, but, you have to earn something. They want to try social media. They want to try YouTubing and all that. But then UAE is also very specific as to what constitutes content. So you can't put controversial stuff against the ruling family or about UAE. So they're under the microscope. Most of the Emiratis want to start a business. So, over here also they play with the loopholes. They get a salary from a place, so they know they're getting at least something. And then, they put it under someone else's name and run the business. Yeah, my friend did get a fine, which he took it as a learning lesson. There are various fines. Some are 6,000, some are, and they keep increasing 1,000 every year, or every 2-3 months if you don't comply. Some others are 8,000. He told me of some friend or someone of his who got a very big fine of, I think, 25 or 30,000. He didn't specifically say much about it, maybe because he didn't ask him permission. Okay. The largest one that he knew was in and around 100,000 or something. I've written that. I can't remember what he told me there. So you must hire Emiratis. Some companies are hiring ghost workers. So there also you face fines. So they don't even want ghost workers. And non-compliance can lead to, non-visa. They make it very hard for you to get a visa, which my friend is currently going through right now. There is a Nafis program which helps companies achieve this target. They provide a digital platform to find an Emirati, offering incentives to employ Emiratis. They give salary support, pension contribution, unemployment benefits, and even training and development. But here, another problem also occurs. This one, Emirati, he told me. There are local Emiratis, if they're not happy, they actually go to social media, they tag the ruler of whichever emirate they are in or the government, and they complain about the expat employer. And it can be anything from, they can just conjure up anything that they want. Oh, he's ill-treating me, he's not respecting me, racism, this, that. So people are pretty afraid what these people can actually do, because end of the day, it's their country. So you can't, no matter how much money you have, you're not above them. Okay. As of now, May 2025, in a report that he provided me the links, 141,000 Emiratis are working in 28,000 private companies as of 2021. He did not have the latest data for that. Incentives for companies, you receive 80% reduction in MOHRE service fees, priority into government contracts, enhanced visibility for business partnerships. I asked him how beneficial was this. He said they just make your life easier. Okay, nothing about this is so great. The MOHRE also use digital inspecting systems to detect violations, and they constantly send their inspectors to give you fines. That's another headache. And they have also encouraged other people to report. The number is 600 5900 00. Yeah. So what companies should do? Simple, just hire Emiratis. But then it's easier said than done. And by the way, I spoke to a couple of Emiratis. They genuinely don't want to work for private companies because there's no future. They all want to work for government companies. They want all the benefits that you get working for a government. So, it's like a catch-22. Do you employ Emiratis? Do you not employ Emiratis? And if you want to employ Emiratis don't want to work for you. They want to work for the government. And even if you employ one, he doesn't stick around for too long. So it's not easy finding people. As it is, finding the right people is a challenge. But then finding only Emiratis is even a bigger challenge. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to share your thoughts. And if you have something to send me privately, well, I'll not mention your details like how I told you about this friend. All right. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free. Let me know how's life. And it's good that you guys are making money. Everyone should make money. All right. Take care. Yeah. Bye.